L2R works with 122 young people, and we provide 4 free weekly hip hop dance classes to young people from newly arrived migrant, refugee and at-risk backgrounds. For a young person when they're newly arrived, there's a lot of instability, there's a lot of change, and I think what that was providing them was with something that was constant in their life. So they knew that kind of every Saturday they could rock up and have a familiar group of people. I think it was really just about creating a safe environment for young people to feel confident to dance. I work at a school called Western English Language School, based in Braybrook. I was running hip hop dance programs there for newly arrived young people, and they were exiting Wells and entering mainstream school and contacting me wanting to still dance. L2R really started as an initiative to address that need to have a free dance program for these young kids who had started to sort of grow their passion for dance.
I've been dancing since I was really young, since I was about 15 years old. I look at dance as a thing that's for everybody, and it breaks down that wall between the audience and performer, and something that we can utilise to create a community.
It went on for a couple of years as just a small little community group, and then it got to sort of 2014, 2015, where I decided to sort of take the leap and go down the charity pathway. When we applied for the funding network, it was a really great time for L2R as a charity. We were in our first year of operations, so really new. The funding network helped set the organisation up, but also me as a CEO, learning the 5-minute pitch, the elevator pitch, and just really setting some of those foundations to be confident and strong and pitch to a larger audience.
Racism, isolation, inequality, marginalisation, lack of access to health and support services, English as second language, financial insecurity and disadvantage. These are just a few of the barriers that newly arrived young people face when they arrive in Australia.
Before you pitch, there's sort of half an hour of meet and greet where you stand around, and 3 of the boys were standing there and just talking to some man. And then it came to the pitch, and I'd delivered my pitch, and it was into the live crowdfunding. And apparently L2R was sort of sitting on the bottom in terms of funding. And then this man stood up or sort of slammed down, $8,000 for L2R, and everyone went, "Whoa!" And then we kind of went to the top. So I think, and definitely a reason why that happened was because he met the young people.
L2R cares about people. L2R has helped me with a lot of things like making new friends.
In terms of program delivery and the impact of young people, we're really starting to look at ways and how we can refine that.
The Emerging Artist Program that I manage under L2R, one of its goals at the moment is to look at how young people in L2R will be moving out of L2R and beyond. This program is about increasing those young people's employability.
L2R just don't teach dance. He actually help young people like me. I'm an emerging artist. It helped me create my CV and personal letter and yeah, everything. Nas is a smart guy. I mean, not just a dancer, but Nas is my mentor.
Having a 12-year-old and a 25-year-old works because then we have peer-to-peer mentoring. So that's obviously a positive outcome, but definitely something like a secondary outcome, but definitely not something that we ever thought would come from this.
It's really cool that these young people get to join this sort of larger community, and I see that as something that allows young people, it did it for me as a young person, to imagine myself beyond my suburb and beyond my city, and dreaming about friends that I might have all around the world, and it's really kind of a global community.
I think the funding network was really important for L2R because we were so young, we were in those early stages of development. It gave us a great opportunity to flesh out who we were really quickly. I think the other great thing that's really nice about the funding network is that there's different levels of sort of charities. There's really small ones, there's medium ones, and it's a great exposure for the broader community on what people are doing, how they're using their tools and their charitable works to drive positive change.